Hey everyone, in this video we're gonna learn about stroke width, path trimming, circle repeater and line repeater. So let's start. Select the ellipse tool from the shape tool. Hold shift and drag it to form a circle. Press V to again switch to selection tool. To align it at center, enter on straight align and center align. Okay, just making it a little small. Toggle down the ellipse 1, then stroke 1. Enter on the stopwatch of stroke width and change the value to 0. Then go 15 frames ahead in the time indicator and set the second keyframe with the value 10. Then again go ahead by 15 frames. Select the third keyframe with the value 0. It's nice. Now toggle down transform of the shape layer. Enter on the stopwatch of position. Go on 15th frame and drag the shape to create the second keyframe. Press Y and center the anchor point with the tool. Press V for selection tool. Okay, playing it. It's good. Now press U to view only the settings which have keyframes. Select all of them and press F9 to change them to easy ease to differ the motion speed. Okay. After that, go to the graph editor by selecting one property at a time and move the points of the graph like this. Now select position property and change the graph a little to make the motion non-linear, right? Okay, I've shared a video explaining graphs so you can check it if you are facing trouble. Now make one rectangle the same way. We can copy the keyframes of a property and paste them to other layers property. Select and copy them. Open the stroke width property of rectangle and paste by Ctrl V. Do the same to copy paste position keyframes. Then come at 15th frame and drag the rectangle to change its position. Play it. Okay, press U to close the property view and then select the circle layer and duplicate it with Ctrl D. I am doing it 8 times. Come at 15th frame to see the full view of circle and drag one by one to change their positions. Okay, now duplicate the rectangle layer and do the same. I am duplicating it 8 times. Okay, change the positions of each at 15th frame. Now we can see they all are coming at the same time and we need to change it. To do so, select all the layers, right click, go to keyframe assistant and sequence layers. Check the overlap box and enter the duration according to the duration of your composition. As I have 5-second comp, I'm gonna set it as 4 seconds and 28 or 29 frames. At the end I keep it 29. Okay, that's good. You can add a text in the center like this. Okay, let's see the next one. Here we're gonna use trim path. Draw the circle with ellipse tool. Just hold shift to make a perfect circle. Okay. Now select the shape layer, not ellipse. Then enter on add. Select trim path. Now toggle it down. Set the first keyframes of start and end offset. At 15th frame, set the end value as 0. At first keyframe it's 100. Change the value of start also as 100. And at 15th set the value as 0. It disappeared. So you just need to shift the end keyframes at 15th frame. Also change the value of offset with -180. Okay, select all the keyframes and change them to easy ease. I'm shifting the end keyframes a little. Okay, and set offset here as 0. Then again back to -180. It's more better now. Okay, set a keyframe of ellipse size. It's just to bring this property on board easily while we use U this way. Duplicate the layer. I'm doing 6 times. Press U to see the keyframe properties. Now what we need to do? We just need to increase the size by +100. You need to change it as 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 and so on. You can see it now in viewers panel. Now we just need to sequence layers. Select all layers and go to the keyframe assistant. Then sequence layer. Enter on overlap and duration as 4 seconds, 28 frames. Okay. That's good. Let's use the repeater property. Create a circle as the same way we were doing. Then add repeater. Toggle it down. Change the value of copies to 12. And set the position value as 0. And for rotation, divide 360 by number of circle copies as here 12. Change the anchor point value to see all the circles. Set the copies value 0 at first frame Also scale 0 and at 15th frame as 100. Go to stroke of ellipse, create keyframe as value 10. Then come to transform of ellipse, set the keyframe of position on second keyframe. The values are 150 and 0. And on first keyframe the values are 0 on both directions x and y. Okay. It's pretty good. The last and most interesting one is line repeater. It's a little different. We can get stuck sometimes. Okay, create a straight line with a pen tool. Open the properties and add repeater. Toggle down. Change number of copies as 12. Here the position value acts as the distance between two lines. As I change it to 150, its position in the y direction changed with the gap of 50. To set rotation value, divide 360 by number of copies, here it's 12, and set position value as 0 on both directions. To fix the direction of lines, change the x value of anchor point like this. Okay, create keyframe of stroke width as 10 on second keyframe and 0 on the first keyframe. Now add trim path to the shape layer and set keyframes for start and end. The values are 100 on the first keyframe of both start and end, and on the second the values are 0, 0. Okay, now shift the keyframes of end layer. We can change the size of line like this. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have learned something today. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.